How y'all doing?
Great, man. How are you?
Good. Excited to be here.
All right. I'm sure you've heard some crazy pronunciations in your last name.
Yeah, let me hear what you got.
What are some of the craziest ones you've heard? I'm not going to try it. You tell me how it's supposed to be.
Not really crazy, but I guess they get it from the first four letters, which is Savaiinaea. That's like the most common one I heard. So, but it's actually pronounced Savaiinaea. Savaiinaea.
Where's your family from in terms of the
We were grew up. We born and raised from American Samoa.
Johnny, you played outside and inside. Where do you think you project best in the NFL?
I can play both sides in the league. Well, first of all, I'm super grateful for the opportunity to play outside and inside. But home for me is I wanna put hands on guys right now and just stone them on the line. So I'll probably move interior.
You went to the same high school as a Bears legend, Olin Cruz.
Olin Cruz,
Yeah,
yes.
are you aware of Olin? Like, growing up in that high school, were you
Yes,
aware of him in the league?
he's a legend back at home, back in Hawaii. Especially going into like our rival games against the team up north. That's a big game for us. So just watching his time at St. Louis, it just gives us that motivation to we got to go out there and win. Not we're playing for a bigger thing than ourselves. Just trying to represent them as best as we can.
You said he's a big influence. How did he influence you?
I didn't really get to see him in person in St. Louis or in Hawaii. So, but just watching his videos that he's in Chicago, just watching those videos of like improving our strengths, mentality, and I heard he has a book. So our coach James Hall always sent me his post. So just reading all of that, it just helps me.
Have you met with the Jaguars during this process?
I'm not sure. Oh yes, I have.
They have a Hall of Fame left tackle, Tony Vaselli, in the front office now. What would it be if a Hall of Famer saw offensive line talent and decided this?
Can you repeat that? Sorry.
Yeah, they have a Hall of Famer in Tony Vaselli in the front office. What would it mean to you if a Hall of Fame offensive lineman saw your talent on your list?
Man, I mean the world, especially because I'm going into this league now, and like I said, I'm playing for something bigger than myself. I'm trying to represent NFL as much as I can, as best as I can. And going into that program and just being, watched by those guys, left tackle Hall of Fame, and just being able to take all those advice from him, it'll mean the world to me.
Jonah, are most teams think of you as a guard or a tackle? Mixed.
Mixed.
Have you met with the Seahawks yet?
Yes.
How'd that conversation go?
It was good. I would love to play for them or West Coast teams, but it went good.
Do you feel most comfortable in an outside zone gap scheme and in particular?
I'm comfortable for whatever. Whatever the coach calls. I'm with it. If it's a run play, 100% I'm with it. So yeah.
Who's the toughest guy you went against?
Shamar Stewart. He brought a lot of good competition against me. Good pass rush moves, and yeah, shout out to him.
Well, the two big guys live down here. Have you met with Trey Lance?
Yes, I have.
And if you remember, what were the takeaways from that meeting?
Just being able to be myself, go out there and tell them my story, because a lot of those coaches out there, they don't know who I am. So just being able to be myself and just tell them who I am as a person, and they know who I am as a player. They watch my film, so just tell them what they don't know. But the meeting went great.
Have you met with the Bucs this week?
I haven't.
What were your biggest takeaways from this season?
Just take it one day at a time. Just be in the moment, be where my feet are. It's a blessing. You're meant to be there. So shout out Jim Nagy for giving me the opportunity to play at such a big bowl game. And I believe it's really for the best of the best. So.
I'm good friends with Brian Harper. He's your position department at Arizona. Can you give me a little rundown about what he's all about there?
Yeah, super big family-oriented program. We're always for the team, and us over there, we put the team for ourselves. Just trying to be a pro and be selfless as much as we can. Everything for the team. And yes.
Have you spoken to the Steelers at all during your time here at the Combine?
No, I haven't.
You talking any Texans while you're here?
Yes, Texans. Yes, I have.
Your story is that you're a musician.
Yes.
Is that true?
Yes.
Tell us when you found your love for music. What genre do you prefer?
I'm a big oldies, R&B, gospel, rock. Not rock, jazz. But yes, I grew up in a super, religious family, and that's where kind of music came from. My dad's side and my mom's side, they both are big into music. So I grew up playing piano in church, and I still play piano in church. So that's where I kind of fell in love with music.
You had to deal with a lot of adversity at Arizona with your coach leaving, entering a new conference. How did you deal with that, and what was it like playing in the Big 12 versus the Pac-12?
Yeah, so coming in as as a freshman in 2022, we came in to flip the program around, and that was our plan. So when Coach Fish left, it was a hard time in our lives, but I kind of went back to my freshman year. We came in to build something special here, and the mindset that we came into was we wanted to leave the program better than how we found it. So we wanted to continue on what we built. So
What was the Big 12 like versus the Pac-12?
just travel distance. We played UCF this past year, and just traveling 4 hours, 5 hours. It was like something new to us. We're always like in like an hour, 2 hour distance from our opponent, but it was good competition as well. Trying to be able to go against different guys this year. So.
What about the difficulty of going the day before and you're playing 4 hours or 3 hours to someplace versus 1 or 2, and then the recovery after the game because everybody's sore and you're on a plane for 4 hours? That's different.
The distance, that's not in our control. It's destined to be. If we're playing UCF, then we're playing them. The distance will not affect us. It's just happened to be at UCF. So, yeah, that's something out of our control. What we can control is our preparation leading up to it. So.
At the NFL level, who are some guys that you kept a close eye on to go and learn from modern game?
Yeah, so growing up, big Polynesian fan of in the league. So I grew up watching Mike Upati back in San Francisco, and in the modern days, Trent, Panay Sewell, Tristan Wirfs, just how they move in space and how they anchor the bull rushes and strength.
What about stood out to you?
Just that poly, inside of you. That's you can't explain that. If you're a poly, you go out there and you just got to be a dog.
So if you're to ask your college offensive line coach to describe you, what do you think he would say in terms of your play on the field and how you develop and all of that stuff?
He's super poised. He'd probably tell you that I'm a super poised guy. I'm not that type of guy that'll go into like high energy. Obviously I have energy, but I wouldn't go into like high-headed, low-headed. I'm a super poised guy, and he'll probably tell you that, he's humble, and he's a selfless teammate, and he'll try to find a way to be a better teammate. Yeah, I mentioned it. I'm a super level-headed guy, and that doesn't take away the fact that I'm mean on the field. So I'm always level-headed and try to be myself on the field. Either tackle or right guard. So whoever team sees me at.
What if you were to tell the fans of a team that sees you get drafted to watch a certain game to see what you're like to see you showcase the best? Which games do you pick in your college career?
Like all my years.
All your years, yeah. If it's like this is, because every other position gets the highlights and the stats, but if you were to say, hey, here's one game, this is the best Jonah, what would you pick?
There's a bunch of games I did pretty decent in. K-State, 2024 at USC, 2023. And I'd pick University of Washington my freshman year, 2022.
Jonah, it feels like when we talk to the edge rushers, they said they prioritize sacks over pressure. But from an offensive line perspective, like what stats you focus on more? Do you look at those type of more advanced stats, the hurry rate, pressure rate, etc.?
As an O-line, I feel like what's more important as a D-line is pressures, because they're always consistently around the quarterback. So as an O-line, we try to eliminate those, sacks and pressures. So we try to keep the pocket clean as possible for the quarterback to make easy decisions.
Are you doing all the drills?
Yes, ma'am.
Already?
Yes, ma'am.
Last year, your teammate, Jordan was kind of in a similar spot as you, tackle guard, type of player. I'm curious what's your relationship with him? What's he kind of advice to you?
Yeah, coming in as a freshman back in 22, those are the type of guys that I hang around with because I wanted to play right away. So just being able to hang around with Jordan, guys like Josh Baker, JD, Peyton Fears, they took me under their wings. And what I took away from Jordan is just to stay back after practice, do extra work, because we only have 2 hours of practice and games last like 4 hours. So just being able to stay after, have that extra 30 minutes, that separates us from other teams.
What you got going back to Arizona that we're not talking about right now, but a year from now we'll be talking about?
Man, they're gonna be in the shit, man. I believe in them, and those are my guys, and yeah, they're gonna make the shit.
Is there
there one player that stands out? It's like, oh, we're kind of sleeping on him on the outside, but you guys are expecting big things from him next year?
We got a bunch of dogs on the team. My boy Noah Fafita, he's super slept on. Trey Smith, our defensive edge. Chuba, our D tackle. You should keep an eye on him. And then back to our secondaries, we got guys like Dalton Johnson. He's super slept on. He's a playmaker for us. And then coming up, Genesis Smith.
What stands out about Trey Smith?
He's super, commit. He always commits to his work. He always comes in the weight room and on the field. He's always on his stuff. And he's the guy that I go one-on-one with every practice. So he always brings his best, and that makes me a better player than I am now.
Do you feel better suited for like a zone or a gap scheme, or do you not care?
I honestly, I don't. It doesn't matter for me. If we run gap schemes and zone, I'm with it as long as it's a run play. So let's run the ball.
Who's the toughest guy you went up against in the Senior Bowl every day in practice?
He was a good rusher that week. It was Shamar Stewart.
Jonah, talk about your nutrition and how much you eat throughout the game and calories you consume.
I don't count my calories, man. But I do portion my foods now. Especially coming in Arizona, 3:45. I had to get down. So just being able to portion my food and what I eat, and just hydrating all day.
We're big on beans and rice. Do you add that to your nutrition?
Beans and rice. I try to stay away from the rice here in the States, man. But back at home, rice is the main side for us. So.
In terms of, was there good Hawaiian food when you were in Arizona?
Oh yes, we had this place called Solid Grind. Shout out Uncle Tap. Y'all should go try that if y'all ever come across Tucson.
So, are you doing a draft party with your family, and if so, who's cooking?
I'll probably. I haven't decided on that yet. It's either we're cooking or it's gonna buffet. Have Solid Grinds from Tucson probably come over and cater for us. Appreciate it. I haven't.
Maybe back at the Senior Bowl.
Yes, I have.
What teams have you met with formally here?
Philly, Las Vegas Raiders, Chicago Bears, Houston Texans, and Cleveland Browns. And I met with 17 total teams here, so that was like 3 days ago. So it's been.
What's something that you support you don't understand about offensive line?
That we're willing to do what other positions don't want to do. We're always asked to do what the hardest thing to do on the field. So just being an offensive lineman, the camaraderie that comes with it. We're the most connected guys on the team. And, we're unique because, when one guy doesn't do his job, the guy in the stands is not going to point out that one guy. He's going to say, oh, the O-line gave up a sack. So we take that to heart, and, that's what makes this position unique.
What does it mean to play such a selfless position?
It means a lot. I try my best to be selfless as I can. Every time I approach the facility I always take that mindset, how can I be a better teammate? How can I make the person next to me better? So just taking that to the field, especially this past season, we needed a left tackle, and obviously I haven't taken the left tackle snap before. So just being able to be there for my teammates is what I want to do, strive for.
What do you hope to add to an NFL team?
That I'm bringing a winning mindset. I'm not going to come in as, a rookie that just want to put on a jersey. I'm going to bring that winning mindset, letting the veterans know that they can count on me if they put me in the game, that the person across from me will be a difference maker in the game.
Jonah, what's your favorite short yardage goal line play and why that play?
I'm going to go with a dual scheme because we want multiple combinations on the line and just being able to put bodies on bodies. And it's good for the running back as well. He could bounce out and leaving him one-on-one with the corner, which is what we want. So
We just saw what the Eagles did, what the Ravens are still doing. After everyone said, oh, it's a quarterback-driven league, we now see the run game is now flourishing again. Talk about focus on the things that you think you bring to somebody who wants to get back to running the rock.
I bring that Mauler mentality. For my game, I'm a level-headed guy, not a high-headed, low-headed. And I don't let that level-headed take away the fact that I'm mean on the field. So I'm glad that everyone's running the ball again now. So just being able to put bodies on bodies and focusing on driving the guy in front of us vertically, getting to the second level.
Last week for Jonah.
What do you
think of the tush push when you watch it? Is that something you like to try to run?
I'm good with it. I'm hearing that they're trying to ban it, so which it doesn't make sense for me. So
It reminds me of rugby, right? I mean,
yes, we call that a scrum, so
exactly.
it's
not
good.
that different.
No,
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
appreciate y'all.
Jimmy, if you want to grab that game plan, you're certainly welcome to keep